AITAH for approaching women at the bar while my wife was talking another man? My wife, 35F, and I, 36M, went to a bar last weekend for some drinks and dancing. When we got inside, I told my wife I needed to use the restroom and gave her some cash to go but us some drinks. After I used the restroom, I find her at the bar with our drinks, and she is chatting with another man. I have no issues with this. I approach my wife, grab my drink, and try to join in on the conversation. I felt so awkward standing there, as this guy had no idea who I was, and my wife didn't introduce me. So, I stick out my hand to introduce myself as her husband, and the guy just blankly stares at me and gives me a limped wrist hand, shake. My wife and the guy continue their conversation and discussing their favorite bars in the neighborhood. I felt like a third wheel there, and it felt like my voice was being ignored. I decided to leave those two to talk, and I approached two women also sitting across the bar and make friendly conversation. The one was wearing a band t-shirt of one of my favorite bands, so we were talking about that. My wife saw this and began giving me the death stare. She then left the guy at the bar and pulled me away from those two women. It was quite awkward. My wife and I discussed what happened. I explained that I felt like third wheel with her and the guy at the bar. They were ignoring the things I said, and she didn't even introduce me when I came up to them. I wanted to have some fun conversing with some new people, like she was doing, why I started talking to the two women at the bar. I told my wife that her speaking with that guy and me speaking with the women are the same situation, except she did not even try to join the conversation I was in. It's not like we were discussing anything inappropriate. Literally, just music, specifically that band the women was wearing a t-shirt of. We have discussed this at length, and she claims they are totally different situations because I had to approach those women, where she was already seated, and the guy approached her. I am over this situation and ready to move on, but my wife cannot let it go and has been giving me the cold shoulder since that night. So Reddit, AITAH in this situation?